On October 8th, 2009, Caitlin Ann Flanagan was born. Having a daughter made me realize that she's going to be hearing voices from somewhere, and I wanted to be the first voice. I just started to walk the aisles, just kind of like to look around. I thought I was going to go and pick out one of every beauty magazine from the magazine aisle. Like, not possible unless you've got a forklift. It blew me away. There's a row, and then there's a row in front of it, and a row in front of it. It's almost all women's beauty magazines. It just feels heavy to me. I can't imagine being a woman in here and all the expectations that are implied in this place. What I started to notice was the words in the makeup aisle, things that I hadn't noticed at first. But there's a lot of words there, and they're really good words, and all of these good things, but words that are being applied to our physical form, which can rarely live up to those words, and when it does, not for long. I sat down in the cafe and wrote a letter to her that was based upon those words and kind of reclaiming those words about her inner beauty. Dear little one, as I write this, I'm sitting in the makeup aisle of our local Target store. Words have power, and the words on display in this aisle have a deep power. A father's words aren't different words, but they are words with a radically different meaning. Maybe a father's words can deliver his daughter through this gauntlet of institutionalized shame and into a deep, unshakable sense of her own worthiness and beauty. Brilliant strength. May your strength be not in your fingernails, but in your heart. May you discern in your center who you are, and then may you fearfully but tenaciously live it out in the world. Choose your dream, but not from a department store shelf. Discover what you want to do in the world, and when you have chosen, may you faithfully pursue it with integrity and with hope. Naked. The world wants you to take your clothes off. Please keep them on, but take your gloves off. Pull no punches. Say what is in your heart. Be vulnerable. Embrace risk. Love a world that barely knows what it means to love itself. Do so nakedly, openly, with abandon. Flawless finish. Your finish has nothing to do with how your face looks today and everything to do with how your life looks on your last day. May your years be a preparation for that day. Little one, you love everything pink and frilly, and I will surely understand if someday makeup is important to you. But I pray 3 words will remain more important to you. The last 3 words you say every night when I ask you the question, where are you the most beautiful? 3 words so bright no concealer can cover them. Where are you the most beautiful? On the inside. From my heart to yours, Daddy.
Hi, I'm Brett Culp, and I'm a documentary filmmaker. Several years ago, I discovered this beautiful story about a dad and the words he wrote to his daughter. In making the short film of their story, a question began to grow in my heart. Something in me knew that this was an important conversation. What sort of influence do the words a dad speaks really have on his daughter? I'm a father of sons, so while I could relate in many ways, there were parts of this conversation that I knew were beyond me. I decided to reach out to my friends at Southeast Psych, who are experts in helping young women work through many of the challenges they face.
Decades ago, there was this big shift in society for dads to be involved with their sons and moms to be involved with their daughters. Research is showing that, man, we got it wrong.
Dads play a huge role in the development of their daughter's identity and self-confidence, as much as their moms do, if not even more so.
Women today are struggling with very serious issues. They're struggling with anxiety, depression, self-harm, and eating disorders.
The research is showing that when dads are involved in positive ways in their daughters' lives, these issues drastically decline.
Dads have the opportunity to help daughters unlock their best selves and go out and live beautiful lives that could change the world in amazing ways.
And then an idea was born.
Dads have a voice, perhaps the most formative voice in shaping a daughter's identity. We invited dads and daughters on a 9-week challenge to engage each other and help the dad's voice become a voice that carries.
What if we tried an experiment? Not in a lab, but in homes. What if we invited some fathers and daughters to have new experiences together, to try new things, to learn more about each other, and to say things to each other from their hearts that they've never said before? And what if we filmed their experiences so that you and I could learn from their journey and be inspired to go out on new journeys ourselves? Well, I did. And here's what happened.
Well, hello, people.
I am Dylan Wade. This is my daughter, Callie, and I am her additional stepfather.
Name is Jay Saxena. I am a father of two great young ladies, but I'm an engineer by trade.
I mean, it wasn't that I didn't want kids. Actually, I love kids. My brother had kids young. All my friends had kids young. My father was extremely abusive, both verbally and physically, to all of us. And my mom got away from him. I was probably 5. My brother was 6. There was nothing, but, well, let me phrase that, nothing good.
My parents didn't pay attention too much of me as far as growing up, so I had to figure out a lot of things myself. I wanted to be in everything that they're doing, but realizing that it's only one dad and there's 3 of them.
Hey, I'm Nick. We have 2 wonderful girls, Rose and Anna. Their ages are 8 and 5. My official title is a cardiovascular technologist. It gets pretty heavy at work sometimes. I work long hours often. I know that I don't spend enough time with my family.
Would you say that you spend more time with your mom or with your dad?
Mom.
You spend more time with mom, yeah.
Daddy's always working.
Well, part of the script that we've given to dads is your role, your main role in your daughter's life is to make money. You have to push the other script aside and say, the greatest gift I'm going to give her is spending time with her, which is time I can't spend off making money. I'm going to put these other things aside. You're my priority.
I see that Daddy did your nails today.
Yep, just all of them.
And they've already fallen off.
Yes.
We were almost ready to set these dads off on a 9-week challenge. The rules were simple. Engage your daughter in a variety of activities and conversations. There are 3 challenges to complete within the 9-week timeline. Challenge 1 is about new adventures. It's about doing some things with your daughter that you've never done before and staying present with her in it. Challenge 2 is about finding purpose. It's about helping your daughter discover activities that she loves and doing some things together that will allow her to explore her skills and talents. Challenge 3 is about using your voice to let your daughter know that what she says matters to you, what she needs matters to you, and who she is matters to you. Each week of the challenge was designed to create or strengthen a connection between the dads and the daughters.
It might seem really simple that these dads are showing up and spending time with them and sharing some words, but that is going to change the future of these women's lives. They are going to learn that they are worthy. They are going to learn that they are lovable, and that is life-changing.
We set them up with some home vlogging equipment and a few dates for me to come interview them about their progress. And what happened was pretty special.
We're gonna be vlogging. So vlogging is video blogging, what we're doing right now.
What's blogging?
Vlogging.
What's blogging?
Blogging is when you type. So we are gonna be doing a video.
Are we vlogging now?
We're vlogging right now. So we will vlog together and we'll vlog separately.
Are we always gonna vlog in here?
We can vlog anywhere you want.
I just wanted to know if I'm doing all the right things or if I'm missing something that will be crucial later on. I want to provide everything in anything that's possible for them to be successful in life.
What did you think when he first told you were going to do this?
It's gonna be fun because like I never get to spend time with him.
Every time I carved out the time with her to do the challenges, I could see how excited she was to do them. Even though we do a lot of things together, this one meant a lot to her because this was about her and I, not necessarily all of us as a family. There was something special going on between her and I that she got. So it very much excited her, which then in return it got me excited even more.
I think he probably really liked it, but he also probably wanted to spend time with me. As long as he's probably with me, he would just be having fun.
It's faster, me or you?
Me.
Me.
By far me.
I'm pretty sure there's video
By far
evidence. You didn't beat me in that.
Yes, I did.
No.
Yes, I did.
Maybe.
I think dads just really need to understand what tools they do have and how important they are, because they play a crucial role with their daughters. And right now, I just don't think they know what to do.
Before we launched these dads on their challenge, I wanted to interview some other dads who had compelling relationships with their daughters.
You know when you're little and people ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? From the youngest I can remember, I never really had a real distinct picture of myself in any kind of an occupation, but I always pictured myself as a dad. There was an image in my head that I wanted so bad of my father holding his grandson. That was deep in me. I wanted that to happen. I always imagine that I'll probably have a boy and 2 girls, and it'll probably be the boy that's first. We were having a lot of difficulties conceiving. Life happened, and then about a year later, Tara was pregnant. And that was Jill. And so then about 4 years later, we decided to go at it again, but this time we did some in vitro fertilization, and that's how the triplets came about. When people first find out I have 4 daughters, I often hear, man, 4 girls, I sure feel sorry for you. And I always pause and I think, if I said I had 4 sons, would they feel the same way?
We have to get a new and more accurate image of who fathers are and what they do. You know, we've done so much for daughters, for girls, for women, about trying things that we used to say, oh, no, that's only for boys. So look at how we moved daughters and their mothers, women of all ages. We helped them overcome the stereotype of saying, you can't do math, you can't be a physicist, you can't be, et cetera, et cetera. What we need to do now is the same thing for fathers, which is let us look first at all these things we've told you you're not good at. Now we have to admit to you we were wrong.
Superheroes, Star Wars, Doctor Who, that's become a big thing with me and my girls. That's like a big daddy-daughter bonding thing. Going to a Comic-Con, no matter if it's like the big ones or ones that's just out in some little local library. We like doing that kind of stuff.
I'll get that for you. I'll get it.
Okay. The stuff that I love to geek out on, my girls love to geek out on. I do not buy into this, guys take care of the sons, girls take care of the daughters. I firmly believe that there are things that a dad can teach a daughter that a mom can't, just like there are things a mom can teach a son that a dad can't. Not better, not worse, just different and unique. A dad has to show his daughter what a healthy relationship looks like. I know how a man's supposed to treat me because that's how my daddy treated me.
Coming up, these fathers and daughters will design 3 challenges that will send them on new adventures and help them grow together. I'm on a mission to understand the special relationship between fathers and daughters. Working alongside a psychology practice who specializes in these relationships, we've challenged 5 dads to connect with their daughters in new ways. and to capture their experiences together. The first phase of our challenge is all about new adventures. We've invited our dads to think about all sorts of new ways to engage with their daughters. Some of these adventures involve the daughter coming into the world of her father and learning more about him. Others are about the dad coming into his daughter's world and learning more about the things she loves. What we discovered is that it didn't matter very much what the activity actually was. What mattered was simply spending time together.
There's lots of research to show that daughters of involved fathers tend to be less likely to get into abusive relationships.
Your daughter wants to hear and see that you're there. Because if they see that you're there, and even though they say you don't understand, they're still very happy you're there.
It's not that they want dad to fix the problem. It's not that they want to, take action together, but just to be together watching a TV show. Or to go on a walk next to each other. So it doesn't have to feel like it's this kind of breakthrough moment. Girls just want their dads to be next to them.
Challenge 1. Choose some new adventures with your daughter that you've never done together before and stay present with her in the adventure.
We've gone over the challenges. You just right here. And so we have different challenges, activities.
Okay, so we've chosen some activities to do together. And one of the activities we chose was shopping. Is that exciting? Yeah? And guess what? It's gonna be shopping without mommy.
What?
This isn't like electronic shopping, which I would be stoked to go to, or sporting goods or grocery shopping, but this is gonna be like clothes shopping for the girls. And this is something that my wife Teresa normally handles solely. So it's probably the activity I'm most apprehensive about.
I need shoes with laces on them to practice for kindergarten.
You need shoes with laces to practice for kindergarten.
I need
Good.
shorts.
And you need shorts?
Yeah.
Okay.
And tank tops. And tank tops.
Tank tops. All right. 7, 8. Okay. We can try. Do you like this style or this style better?
I like this style.
You like this one? Okay, so one of the challenges of shopping for girls is that you come across stuff like this and you can't even get the thing apart.
Well, I see some more of his personality and some more of how he's really silly.
Issues like sizing and style are gonna be fun to navigate, but
Too big. We haven't tried on these yet.
how about the one you got on?
Too big.
Okay.
Super too big.
Rose actually helped me in trying on one piece of clothing. She said, oh, you can, I'm like, that's not gonna fit. She said, no, you can adjust it, and I actually learned something from her.
That was really awkward. This one finally fits.
Okay.
The shorts are very comfortable. Just this tag is bothering me.
Leave that.
But
Trying on about 20 pieces of clothing, having only one of them or two of them fit. That was frustrating and challenging. Being the primary shopper for clothes and shoes and stuff like that, that is definitely mom's world, and they were gonna wear this stuff to school, so I had to make sure it fit, and they liked it, and it wasn't outrageous, so just doing some of the things that I don't normally do with them in the girl arena was definitely just a little bit intimidating.
Do you think Daddy learned anything?
yes, that being a girl is hard.
Just the fact that we were able to accomplish something together new was very fulfilling.
I really just want the day to never end and we just keep going
forever and ever. But that was a long shot. So.
Watching these dads and daughters build these challenges together, I'm realizing that many dads are engaged in the big moments of their daughters' lives, but they're not so connected to the everyday stuff. And that makes me wonder, though, if it's those mundane moments of everyday life where our identities are so often being shaped.
Fathers have a special way of helping a daughter to have a greater sense of self-worth, improve their self-confidence and self-esteem, and view themselves from a more positive perspective. When fathers spend leisure time playing with their daughters, it is an opportunity to help their daughters grow and gain and build better social skills.
It does probably in some ways kind of break the stereotypes for the football player and the football coach to end up with the 3 daughters.
Yeah.
Not any of the sons on the football team.
Right. I grew up, in a family where it was always hardcore. They didn't say, I love you, or give you a hug, or, your love shows that I put food on the table, I give you a place to stay. That shows the love. I try my best to let them know that, hey, I do love you. Hey, I want to spend time with you,
You guys made some art together. Is that a usual practice for you guys? You do that? What was that experience like?
It's funny. Out of all the stuff I do with them, art was never one of them. I always see them do it by themselves or with their mom. And I'm the guy that just, I'm gonna watch football or work in the yard or something. And, I never thought, like, hey, let me do some painting with them or art or whatever. And that's what threw me off. I'm like, you want to do art? I'm like, okay.
My rain is looking so good. I want to be an art teacher at school.
I'm drawing me and my girls. It's not a great picture, but you could. It's just a little imagination.
He tried.
Yeah, I tried.
At the time I was like, oh, it's kind of weird doing art, with my daughter. But as we was doing it, I started realizing, you know what? Sometimes I persuade them to do what Daddy liked to do. I should be doing more like what they want to do sometimes, or compromise what they want to do.
All right, all done.
So when we went painting with our dad, I felt happy because art is my favorite thing. You want some high five?
There you go.
Smile.
All right, so we just finished our dance routine, and it was really funny to watch my dad try and dance with me.
6, 7, 8.
Okay, there's some shoulders in that.
It should be like the floor is hot, and you bounce on the balls of your feet.
He really could not jump in sync and had trouble.
When Simran was doing her dancing, I was missing out on the experience of what it is they do, the hard work that they have to put into that. I learned a lot more as to what I was completely missing. 3, 4.
See, you got it, but the opposite.
And you have to do this for 7 minutes? There's no way.
Yeah. 5,
5, 6,
7. Arm out.
The effort was there, but the performance wasn't.
Left hand.
My left hand, okay.
I didn't see. I told you you'd do that.
I know. Steps you're doing this whole dance?
Probably more than 50.
Huh. That's crazy. This is nuts.
Like, dancing isn't his thing, but because it's my thing, he made it a point to make it his thing.
A complete appreciation for brain function. I can't even process this stuff quickly enough to be able to put the numbers and the hops and the arms and and then you got to smile and you got to look at the audience. You got to see where your partner is. You got to stay in a box. You got to hold a prop.
Make
She
sure
loves it though.
the looks. I love it.
It was just really nice to do it with him, to share something that I love with him.
I'm exhausted
Cheerleader.
already.
I'm wondering if some dads are underestimating their significance in the lives of their daughters. If they don't realize how much their words and actions impact the young women in their lives. Which of these challenges do you think was the most helpful, the most of a growth experience for you and your relationship with your daughter?
Horseback riding. She was absolutely terrified. And even when she got nervous before and ever saw any level of like that look in her eye, like maybe not this, maybe we don't do this. And I saw that look that day.
First, I felt like nervous and I was gonna like fall because they're really big. So I was like scared.
To feel that level of fear that you weren't maybe even thinking you were gonna feel, to the point where you're maybe gonna back out of doing something and then push through, that was impressive. That was impressive.
Proud of you for pushing through that fear.
You may not have the right words, and even my own daughter has said to me, "Dad, you don't understand," or "You have no fashion sense." Get that a lot more these days. But just being there and being that ear for them helps, because they're gonna go through emotional times.
A lot of times kids will tell me what I want from my parents when I'm feeling distraught is for my parent to be near me. They aren't expecting much more.
A good father-daughter relationship, communicating means you can communicate all the good feelings, but you can also communicate the bad feelings. If that groundwork is laid, then as that daughter ages and the father ages, it doesn't matter what the topic is. They'll be able to talk with one another about that because they already laid a groundwork that we know how to talk to each other.
Challenge number one was this idea of doing things together that you've never done together before.
Right.
So tell me what you guys did in that challenge.
We were doing an adventure course.
Keep it coming. There you go. Good job.
So I had it planned where we were going to do it together. And
You're
like
good.
everything
Good
in
job.
life, things change. She could only do it by herself.
I did it once through and I was actually pretty scared because it was so high up. But I did it a second time and I felt so much better because Dylan encouraged me the first time.
So I had to stand on the ground and then coach her through the obstacles. She was scared of heights. She was scared to be up there alone,
Step forward. Good job.
but she had an absolute blast.
Yeah. Yeah, Cal. There you go. Good job, baby.
That activity helped me a lot because I already knew Dylan was always there for me, but I've never really experienced it because I've never really gone through that many bad things in life. But I realized it doesn't really have to be that hard. Dylan's always going to be there for me.
Good job, baby. There you go. No, that was great.
Is it hard to get your dad's attention sometimes?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So when he's sitting on the couch and I say, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy," and sometimes he doesn't pay attention, but sometimes he does. Like he listens to half of my sentence and then he zones back into whatever he's doing, and then he listens a little bit, and then he's like, "Wait, what about the fish?" And I said nothing about whatever he said.
Do you have a challenge with just being present in the moment?
I think being present is one of the hardest things for me. I think I justify not being present when I'm trying to be by telling myself that the things I'm thinking about are providing for my children. And so it's okay that I'm not here all the way right now because the things I'm thinking about and what I want to go do is helping provide a life for all of us.
You feel your mind start to wander. Is there something you do?
I think that the biggest technique is something I learned from going to synagogue when we're praying out of the certain prayer books. If you find your mind wandering, just stop what you're doing, go back to the last word you recognize that you read, and start reading from there again. So I kind of apply that technique, which is, okay, well, hold on. I'm totally not paying attention to her or him right now. What's the last thing you heard? Let's focus back in on that and maybe ask a question about it or tell her to elaborate. So what do you mean by that? Do you mean that it's this? And then she'll, no, Dad, it's not what I said. And then she'll go on. But then I'm kind of re-engaging myself in that way.
I talk to dads all the time about, so what do you do with your daughter? Like, what do you do together? A lot of dads have a blank stare like, well, it's a girl. I don't know what they want. Just being there and being that ear, being that sounding board, right? You don't have, dads tend to try to fix a lot of things like, oh, well, I can fix this. Or who's that kid's name? What's his name? I need to find out what his name is because he can't tell you you're ugly. I'm going to go. And you have to take a step back and be like, okay, well, that's probably wasn't nice. And well, that's okay. And you are beautiful. And you don't have to worry about what that kid said. Because if they see that you're there, and even though they say you don't understand, they're still very happy you're there. And that makes all the difference.
The first challenge was only 3 weeks long, but as the footage started to come in and as I began to interview these dads and daughters, I could see how meaningful these small, simple activities were. Bonds were being forged before our eyes with things as easy as coloring or shopping or climbing in trees. These daughters were craving the attention of their fathers, and the dads were being empowered to show up and be present in a way they never had before. We were on to something. Coming up, these fathers and daughters will continue taking on new challenges that will help them grow together. Perhaps there has never been a more important time for dads to learn how to nurture and support the hearts and souls of their daughters. I've challenged dads and daughters to join me in an experiment to have new experiences together and grow in their relationship. In the process, I'm learning how all of us can help empower young women to discover the true beauty in their own lives. On some level, we all want to feel beautiful. In our culture, this can be especially important to women of all ages. But what does that mean, to be beautiful? With all of our flaws and imperfections, are any of us really beautiful? If so, how do we find our beauty and affirm it in each other?
So I think what happens the moment a girl is born is that she begins receiving messages, and some of it's really intentional and some of it's really unintentional. And so I think a powerful thing that parents do is be really proactive about helping their children navigate those messages, helping them figure out, well, does that matter or does that not? And helping them see that their worth is simply because they were born and not because of how they look or how they play to people's expectations. A profound thing that dads can do at a really early age is help their child find something that they love that is really about what their body offers them. And so that might be drawing for one kid, it may be a sport for another kid, it may be music for another kid, and that they get a sense of purpose and meaning from based on their effort and their desire for it, as opposed to accolades for how they look.
Challenge 2. This challenge is about helping your daughter find some activities that she loves. Choose some things to do together that will allow her to explore her skills and talents.
Today, my girls are gonna teach me how to bake some cookies. I've never baked before, so this is gonna be a learning experience for me. They're experienced bakers with Nana. I usually don't get involved. Flour, check. Baking soda, check.
Preheat oven to 375 point F.
Okay. What's next?
I don't think it's doing anything.
Okay, let's stop it for a second. Good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Right?
Yeah, I
So
want to
should we
taste
turn it? It's going well?
Yeah.
How am I doing?
Good, good. You're doing
So? Okay,
No, you're
all right.
doing very good.
Thank you, Anna. All right, just pour it all in. Yeah. Okay.
Daddy, my stool.
Oh, I forgot.
There's too much salt. Yeah. Ooh, that's hot. I'm gonna clean up. No, it's tasting.
Don't you? Don't touch the edges. Okay. Have it. Oh, man.
This is good.
Those are some good cookies.
I'm gonna paint a dragon. This dragon.
Seeing her decide what she wanted to do, what she wanted to paint, the color she chose, I think that was interesting, just to be kind of in that space with her, watching her mind work as she's trying to get me to do it as well.
I mean, is your dad good at art and stuff like that, like pottery and stuff?
I just put it right in the middle. Because I don't follow directions very well.
Focused.
We're very focused.
We talk like
Softer. We're very focused. I think we've all realized now I can't paint, and hopefully the mug turns out well, but she is really great at those things, and she's very, very creative.
I felt close to him. We were talking to each other, and we were painting, and we would just have like close connection vibes, I guess.
You did some workouts with your kid. You'd each worked out, but doing them together was kind of a different experience.
I think I'm more of a coach to them at the end of the day in the way I parent with them. And I always ask myself why coaches are so good at coaching and barking out details to kids or players. And then in a sport like soccer, they can be out of shape and not really be accountable to the example that they should be. Oh my goodness.
I gotta tell you, it was kind of weird at first just because of the fact that it was me and Shane, and I really appreciated the fact that he didn't make it intimidating. He made it fun, he made it to where I want to keep doing it. And so I won't say it to his face, but he makes me want to become a better person because he wants to be a better person.
So I think the working out piece for me was an opportunity to not be that person barking out details to them. I have changed my approach on, talking about fitness and working out and exercising. The summer's coming, and typically that's the time when we all stop working out. So the conversation was, hey guys, let's stay in shape and try and get in shape for soccer for next year and be focused there, as opposed to just trying to say, hey, I don't want you to put on weight because you're not going to fit in your clothes or you're not going to whatever.
We're more focused on not exercising to lose weight, but exercising to stay in shape is what I think he's sort of instilled in Simran and I. And right now in Spanish, we're talking about body image and its effects around the world. And so in my mind, our teacher asked us, what's your idea of a perfect image? And I can't think of one. All I can think of is the fact that you're healthy and you're in shape.
It's hard to be happy. It's hard to live with meaning when we constantly have a tape in our head that says, you're not worthy. And I think that as a society, if we can get comfortable with the idea that we are meant to be individual works of art so that you can more easily give what you have to offer to the world.
For this challenge, several of the girls picked physical movement as their purposeful activity. It seemed clear to me that the girls who chose physical activity saw the value that their dads placed on it and had a desire to be like them in some way. This was an interesting situation for these dads to be in. How do you encourage your daughter towards excellence in a sport or physical effort without reinforcing their insecurities about their bodies or their fitness level? Dylan is a personal trainer with his own story of struggle with body image, and I thought his insight about how to help Callie through this were quite important. Tell me about what the experience was like of bringing Callie into your world as a personal trainer, as your professional life. From your perspective, what kinds of values and truths about health and fitness and body are you trying to help Callie kind of get into her depths?
What I want to invest in Callie is a healthy balance. It's not about the numbers. It's not about putting on weight, losing weight. I want her to be happy with herself inside and out. So growing up, I was always the hefty boy, the big boy. So I went through life the jolly big kid, but inside it wasn't. I want her to be active in health, be active in education, and just be active in general.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That. Curl it. Good. 10 times. 1.
What's your favorite way to exercise and stay fit?
Biking.
Get that out of my face! That's right. Good job, baby. That's right. You did really good. Good job.
If a father speaks negatively about the mother or other women in his life, she's listening and she is taking in how you are conceptualizing what a woman is.
It sends a signal to the daughter that their body is up for evaluation. The idea that sends is that my package is more valuable than what it contains. So how I appear outwardly to the world, good or bad, is sort of up for evaluation, and that's what's most important about me.
It's a major challenge to work against the cultural norms that tell us we're all more valuable if we're beautiful and successful. It's a challenge for all of us, all the time. But there's something vitally important about the way a daughter interprets these messages from her dad about what makes her worthy, especially as she's growing up. A friend of mine has taught me a lot about the danger of perfectionism. David Tutera is one of the most acclaimed event designers in the world. He's had his own show for over a decade. As both a celebrity designer and a dad himself, I knew he would have something important to add to this conversation.
So my name is David Tutera, and I like to say that I create magical celebrations for people. I do weddings, I do birthday parties, I do parties for no reason at all, but at the end of the day, it really is about making people feel special. There have been times that I have realized that a woman just simply doesn't think they're beautiful because of something they've been told or something that's happened in their life or just experiences through their whole journey to this moment that hasn't set them up for having that confidence to walk down that aisle with beauty.
Is this your room?
Yes.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
I know how to spell dad.
Spell it. How do you spell it?
D-A-D.
What's that spell?
Dad. I know the spell love.
You spell it.
L-O-V-E.
She has started to use the word perfect. And perfect is a setup for failure. And there is no perfect. And I know as a child, I tried to be perfect. And then as an adult, I tried harder to be more perfect. And then when I became successful, I had to be perfect. And that's not a good setup for a kid. So when she says, but Daddy, I don't look perfect, I said, you don't have to be perfect. What is perfect is to me a word that we should never be using with any description of anyone or anything or any opportunity that we want to be perfect in something or perfect in how we look or perfect with how we speak or it's a setup for failure emotionally, physically. It's just bad word.
Best way for dads to prepare when their daughters are young is to begin early on teaching them the importance of having self-respect and having boundaries. And you do that by modeling it with your child. So it starts by giving them lots of choices and saying, you know, what are you interested in doing? And let me hear about what how you would handle this problem. And so creating a dialogue early on where your daughter feels like she has the space to be able to disagree with you, to think independently, and to make personal choices from things as simple as this is the outfit I want to wear today to this is the sports team I want to cheer for, just dumb stuff along the way begins to teach her that she can think differently than you and that you can still have a relationship even though that's happening.
So then you did the tea party. And I know that was not your idea.
Yes, sure was not.
So when you do that, you have to stick your pinky out like that.
Are you excited about the idea of him doing a tea party with you?
Yes.
Tell me why you're excited about that.
Because then Daddy gets to learn more about the tea party. Yeah. Mommy already knows.
It helped me to see that character a little bit more. Just when they're serious about something and it's very important to them.
Why get all dressed up?
Well, I figure it's special to them. I mean, they got the idea they wanted to wear their best dress, so I figured I'd wear my best suit.
And they knew all the nuances of how they were teaching you like how to drink tea and steep it and everything. Like they knew everything.
Put your pinky out.
Oh, which one? The left or the right?
Doesn't matter. Let me show you
Doesn't matter.
something.
Okay.
So like you do.
Put the right pinky out.
Daddy, you put 2 fingers here.
Okay, 2 fingers.
Then you grab both hands, like you grab a fist.
I did that.
And then you let the pinky out, and then you try balancing the finger like this. Daddy.
The pinky out and balance the finger like that. Okay.
Yeah. Daddy, can I have this? I could do like this.
I officially became a tea drinker at the tea party.
Huh? Our dad never went to the tea party with us before. And so, like, it's different. It feels different. And, like, I have a dream life about my dad.
Coming up, these fathers and daughters will continue taking on new challenges that will help them grow together. I'm on a mission to understand the special relationship between fathers and daughters. Working alongside a psychology practice that specializes in these relationships, we've challenged 5 dads to connect with their daughters in new ways and to capture their experiences together. During filming, something happened with Nick that we didn't expect. You went through a medical procedure for your dad. Tell me about that.
So I donated my kidney to my dad. Which was tough, beautiful, nerve-wracking, all of the emotions you could think of, all wrapped into one.
How candidly were you able to talk to your kids about what you were doing and how you were doing it and all that?
We pretty much told them everything, down to, they're gonna cut me open and take something out of me.
I feel kind of sad because I love my daddy and I don't want him to get hurt.
Do you know why I'm doing this?
Yes,
Why?
because you love your daddy.
Yeah.
I think I would make the same decision
Why?
because I really love Papa and he's also very funny. He's important to us.
What do you want your girls to know about you from the fact that you chose to do that, you decided to do that, you wanted to do that? What do you hope that inspires in them?
Just to live your life in a generous fashion. That's what I want to try to instill in them. We don't just go through this life trying to acquire things and live for ourselves, but it's all about living for the people you love and the people around you. So what better way than to give of yourself, your actual self, to your family?
Doing something that's loving can make a really big difference.
It's easy for me to forget how much influence I have, how much we all have, how much influence we have to build people up and tear them down. And it makes me want to get real intentional about the words I say and the things that I do to make sure that I'm leaving the lasting legacy that I want to. Thinking about that made me want to explore a story that I had been following online. So I traveled to West Virginia to learn more about the power of everyday moments and simple words.
I was a working dad, and I was making lunches. Sometimes I would pop in a note written on a napkin. It wasn't the intent to make something that was big, but there was this minute or so in the middle of Emma's day that she recognized that her dad was thinking about her. So I was diagnosed with cancer for my first time. I was 42. And unfortunately, over the course of the next few years, I would be diagnosed with cancer over and over and over again. It wasn't until my 3rd cancer diagnosis, that's when the doctor started looking at me differently and they started using different language with me. And by that I mean, Mr. Callahan, you're going to die from this.
When my dad got sick, the notes came a lot closer to my heart. I started tearing the notes off of the napkin, and I would glue them into a little composition book to save them. I'd read through that.
And then I saw this collection of my words or my notes that I had written to Emma, and I thought, oh, this is way bigger than what I expected. And maybe, just maybe, I should treat them differently. That I had promised Emma that I would always be there to write a note for her, and that I would be making her lunch, and that I actually might not be able to fulfill that promise. So I sat down and I wrote out 826 notes, one for every school day between then and high school graduation.
I had no idea that there were hundreds of notes out there waiting for me to read.
Whether I live 4 more minutes or 40 more years, what can I do to lay out as much knowledge and motivation and just having Emma have an opportunity to learn more about me as she becomes a young adult? Gosh, shouldn't we all be living that way?
It doesn't need to be a big gesture. It just needs to be something that can connect the two of you.
We're 6 weeks into the 9-week challenge now, and this is going to be the most important part of the whole thing. This last challenge is about the words we say to our daughters.
I got to verbalize thoughts that I've always had in my head. Just never had a stage to say it or somewhere to say it, which I very well could say it next Tuesday or any other day. There's something in me that didn't vocalize it.
It gave me time to sit and think about them in a frozen moment and really appreciate their differences.
I realized that I don't always express the feelings or say what's on my heart all the time, and that's something that's missing for them.
So why is this? Why aren't dads talking more to their daughters about how they think and feel about them?
I think one of the things that's tough for dads is that when a girl reaches middle school, she starts to look really different. So her body is developing, she's starting to look more womanly, and a lot of times dads will say, I don't want to be weird, I don't want to be affectionate with my daughter right now. Maybe that's inappropriate. Where we used to cuddle and watch TV, now we kind of have our separate spaces on the couch. So there begins to be a physical barrier between fathers and daughters in middle school. And then there's just a big disconnect between what a dad remembers about middle school and what a daughter is going through.
So part of this challenge was that one night he cooked you guys dinner and you sat and he shared some things from his heart with you. And he really prepared for it.
I think it was nice just to know what he was actually thinking about and what he thought Simran and I really were.
I'll do Uti first. The word I use for you is strength. You don't just give up. You don't just walk away. You keep your head up high, you keep staying strong, and you fight through it. So your word, Simran, the word for you is confidence. You, my friend, don't shudder from anything. So you go into it with your brain and you have confidence. And this is gonna make me a little emotional.
It was a little bit weird at first because he was talking really deep about his emotions.
That connection is going to be a different connection, so it's not going to go away, but it changes. What I want for you both is to find happiness in you. I don't want you to feel like you have to get happiness from anybody else. That you're molding yourselves into what you want to be. You have that ability.
That he tried to make an effort to make sure we knew we were at least good enough for him, because that's, in and of itself, being good enough for someone just makes you feel really great. It made me feel like I was doing at least one thing right.
Why was it important to you to hear him say those words?
That was a moment where they really did speak louder than what he's ever said.
You know, growing up, I didn't get that affirmation. I didn't get that, oh, I love you, or, you know, how you doing? When I was saying it to my daughter, it's brought me back when I was a kid not having that.
You are beautiful in many ways. Remember, I always tell you that you're a strong woman. You can do whatever you want to do. And every night I tell you I love you. And the reason why I tell you I love you is because you're part of me, okay? Don't let nobody ever tell you that you can't do nothing. Because you are my love, okay? Daddy loves you.
Why do you think that made her so emotional? Her such an independent, strong-spirited young lady. Why do you think that touched her in that way?
And I think her expectations is a little higher for me to interact with her. When she's in school, what, you know, the stuff that she's getting into, and she come home and tell me, my wife saying, oh, she wants you to be there. I know, because she want to kind of impress daddy. Like, daddy, look what I'm doing.
Whether it's the internet telling them how to look or a magazine telling them this is what a body should look like. And what we try to tell parents, and I tell dads all the time, is you need to be that positive for them. You need to tell them you look beautiful. And then they'll go on and you'll watch that pride and that self-esteem grow. And that's critical today, because otherwise they're not going to find it.
The minute you were born, my life was instantly changed. And I didn't even know who you were yet. I always talk about you to everyone like you are the best thing that ever happened to me, because you are. And I'm proud of you. And I love how you love other people. I love how you love your family, and you're always focused on bettering yourself and making sure that the things you do are extremely respectful to both yourself and others. I love that about you.
Love you.
I love you.
Makes me feel really happy and emotional. Makes me feel like I'm growing up.
I think the main thing that was going through my mind was that I should probably sit her down like that and talk to her more often, just straight like that, without her needing to answer or required to say anything back.
You know, I think some dads are worried that if they cry, it'll make them seem weak or look like they're weak and not strong. Do you feel that way? Like when you've seen your dad cry, does that make you think he's weak?
No. It makes me feel like he's more powerful because he's sharing his feelings.
Why is sharing feelings a powerful thing to do?
It makes you even stronger bond because you're sharing your feelings and telling you how you feel.
Is it important to you to see your dad's feelings?
Yes.
Why is that important to you?
It's important to me because he's my dad and I love him and I want him to say everything that he wants to say to me.
You are so thoughtful and so caring for others, and you're always making me smile.
I feel happy when you talk about this.
Yeah. You know, just telling them that I love them, I know it means a lot. And sometimes just saying, you know, I'm there for you is missing sometimes. So, and I know they need that.
But I'd love to hear you talk a little bit more about the insecurity that exists in a relationship between a stepdaughter and a stepdad.
I thought I was showing her through what I was doing in life with her, but I realized a huge difference in her once I told her, once she heard those words.
This project has shown me how close we've become in those 3 to 4 years, and how much you've grown into being a daughter of mine. From the beginning, you accepted me in your life as somebody to be there for you, to love you, to watch over you. And I appreciate you accepting me to be a father to you, to be somebody that helps you, watches you, and cares for you. So I really appreciate you and love you for everything that you do for me to make me feel like a dad. 'Cause all I ever wanted was to be a dad. Yeah. So, I love you, Callie.
Don't make me cry.
Yeah. Callie, you're just as beautiful inside as you are outside. I love you very much. I always will. Always be there for you. Watch over you. I love you, baby. Being able to say that and hear what she had to say back to me really reinforces everything that you've been thinking. That she is your daughter. She does love you. She does look up to you. And that's huge. It really is.
As I was filming this final challenge, I couldn't help but notice the way each daughter looked at her father in the moments that he was pouring his heart out to her. There was so much trust, vulnerability, and connection. These words are the things we would all say to our kids if someone handed us a microphone and asked us. But how often do we actually sit our kids down and have these conversations? And how would it affect them if we did?
It's like a new thing that I got to start with my dad.
I feel joyful and happy that I did something with my dad or with my family.
He really prioritizes our relationship more than I actually thought he did.
I feel like really happy that he's here with us because he usually isn't here with us because he's at work.
And it's just really difficult because you never think that you're going to be good enough for school or for your family or for your friends. It's just really difficult to figure out who you are right now.
I thought Daddy wasn't gonna like it or something because Daddy's never done this before.
I think that Daddy had fun too because, like, he was with me. Anyone would be lucky to have him as a dad.
Yeah, now he's really a listen to me.
Because now I feel more open about talking to him about what I think about myself or what I think about him and what I think about the rest of the world.
We didn't end this 9-week challenge by totally transforming any lives. We didn't come up with any quick fix to ensure a perfectly healthy relationship with your daughter. What we did was invite these dads, and any dad, to join us on this challenge, to think about what kind of lasting impact a father's voice has in the life of his daughter. A father's voice can bring peace in the midst of fear. A father's voice can bring comfort in times of anxiety. A father's voice can communicate presence in a culture of competing attentions. A father's voice can speak inherent worth in the midst of a world that says you'll never be enough. A father's voice can fulfill the longing of every little girl's heart to be loved unconditionally.